my last video that I made before the full moon or retrograde or whatever, it just did not make it. So I want to share a new video because what my guides are showing me is that we are walking a new path, and it might be foreign or unfamiliar to you, but they're showing me that you have a either gold string that you can follow along. Think of being on a trail and there's a fence or something, that this trail, this path was meant for you. Even though it looks like you are the only one or the first one that's on it, your higher self, your guides have golden footprints on this path that was made for you. So I feel like collectively, I've been working on a lot and I see where we're all going, and it's really beautiful and good. I've been seeing all of the illusions, things from the media, how they're just such an illusion. There have been things that have been going on in different states where I have friends all throughout the states and say, hey, how are you? I saw this, I heard this, someone told me about this. And it's like, we're fine. Not to say that there isn't stuff going on, but it feels that that's amplified to try and get something out of us. But we're too big, the crowd, the collective. We can't really be wavered or pushed around anymore. So I wanted to make sure that a lot of people knew some of the things that I've picked up and learned. I have a friend who she keeps going like a circle, snake eating their own tail, of bringing back memories, painful stuff from the past and reliving it. Know when I say that you were a new person each and every day. Think of pushing the reset button and you're starting from here and you're going here. We're not bringing up painful memories of the past so that our body, our brain, our nervous system can think, oh shit, we're here again. Oh shit, we're here again. That's what you're doing when you're reflecting, when you're reminiscing, when you're thinking, wow, look how far I've come. Try not to get stuck in those painful things. Congratulations on how far you've come and how strong and smarter you've gotten to be like now. But try not to go back in the past and dig up those old feelings, reminiscing, looking at pictures or whatever. Let that be in the past, and the building blocks that made you. We don't need to revisit them because we're tricking our brain to thinking that we're still there, and that keeps us in a stuck cycle. Something that also keeps us in a stuck cycle is our words, our language, our feelings, our subconscious, like what is beneath the surface of us. What kind of language, what kind of energy do you have going on? Are you bashing yourself? Are you doubting yourself? Are you saying can't, won't? Think of, I just signed up for something and they said, tell me why you're signing up for this. And I just unloaded all of these words of, I can't do this, I'm not doing this, this isn't happening, I want this, I don't have this. And as I'm saying these things, just word vomit, I was like, wow, I didn't know all of that was underneath the surface. There is so much meaning behind our words. And I'm really good at catching myself of, there's a lot of things that I won't say just because my programming has kind of been more monitoring what leaves my mouth, what I'm telling other people, what I want them to know, just because I know that my words dictate the direction that I'm going in. So keep in mind the words that you're saying, but also the energy that you have going on. Something that is really important to me is I know that I can change and reprogram my subconscious most easily when I'm waking up in the morning or right before I'm falling back to sleep. So in those moments, try to reprogram with, I am so happy and lucky that I shifted into this new way of living. I'm so happy and lucky and just blessed for this. Instead of thinking about your stresses or your today is Monday, those kind of things. And yeah, just be mindful. Even if things aren't looking how you want them to look, I feel so much bubbling beneath the surface of wow, we are almost there. Something that I had in the last video that I wasn't able to share was the spirit guides, which I feel like I'm going to change that terminology too. I feel like that's shifting for myself. So spirit was showing me or telling me that we need to be meditating for at least 22 minutes a day. Before, when we were meditating, if we had time for that, if we had a practice for that every day or however long, it was to help us find our center and to release our stresses and worries and the things that we didn't need. Now, our meditation time is more, we're at a threshold, a doorway, and meditating for 22 minutes or as much as you can every day or as much as you can every week is what's going to take us from here, where we are now, across the threshold to a really great life. When I say really great life, I see so much changing and that we are grasping this more than ever. I feel I've been a little bit quiet because I don't have the words to explain what we're going through. But then today and yesterday, I reminded myself that not everybody knows and realizes how things are so different. And there was something that happened today, and I said, this is what I see in the future coming up. And this is just the stepping stone of this is how we live in the future. I was giving myself a reading and my guides were telling me that my truth detector, it's like rock solid. So therefore I don't even tell white lies or little lies. Someone asks me, what am I doing? I'm like, crap, I have to say this. I can't be like, oh, I'm busy. That's why I didn't answer the phone. I know that I have to be truthful because if someone's not truthful with me, I absolutely know it. And so this is something that's in the future, how we act and how we work in the future. If somebody tells a white lie, we're just like, no. And in the future, not too far from now, we live in such, I'm not going to say harmony yet, but we live in such a way that everything is good and positive and there's an energy flow. And when someone is dishonest, it kind of, wait, what? Disrupts the pattern. So yeah, I just wanted to check in with us and share some things that were just at the front of my mind, really important, that I want us all to be doing. I will probably make a video tomorrow or the next day or another day, or just whenever I feel called, I guess, is the reason that I go with the flow. Whenever I'm feeling called for something is the perfect timing. The last video that I made, I talked about the full moon and that it seems every week is another portal or another phase. Usually on Fridays and Mondays, there's such a build up getting to a Friday, energetically, spiritually, portal wise. And I think that helps feed off of the collective, a lot of people, or a majority of the collective, they are waiting for Friday. So this Friday that's coming up is another portal, of course. It feels that, have you ever seen or heard or thought about, even from movies and stuff, this reminds me of Atlantis technology or something like that, where we walk through a portal and it heals us. This is what the guides are showing me that this weekend kind of is. It's a portal of what's no longer serving you, let it fall away. What are you stepping into? Let's like pack your energy more with that. So important for us to be mindful to clear away the old, and what are we bringing with us to the new earth, and what's not serving you. What are you repeating? What do you keep saying on repeat? What do you want to change and shift so that you can just give yourself permission and shift into that already? I see a lot of people getting really uncomfortable with the things that they don't want to be doing. So give yourself permission to, what if I wasn't doing this? What do I want to be doing? Yeah. Manifesting is happening so quickly for me, and something that I've been playing with just for a few days is taking away the need or the want for something and just saying, wouldn't it be cool if whatever I want, forget about it and see what happens throughout the day. I've had a few amazing, crazy stories that have been funny. Not all of them have been what I wanted or was hoping for or wishing, or they've just been, I guess, what I needed. So I'll tell you, I was walking my dog the other day, just around the yard, and we have a fence line and the bushes are just crazy. And I thought that was great because when we have blackberries, I was just picking them all. But now it's looking a little crazy. Well, it was looking a little crazy, a little hairy. And so I said, wouldn't it be cool if a landscaper came and it was just like $30 or $50 or something, and they just like made everything really nice, really cute, really just like cut and perfect. And I forgot about that, went to go run some errands, and I saw bushes that were shaved perfectly like Edward Scissorhands. And I said, oh yeah, that's what I want my yard to look like. Wouldn't it be so cool if somebody could just like shave the bushes perfectly like that? When I got home from my errands, somebody came and rang the doorbell. I didn't have time to take my dog out, and said, hey, I was just driving around. It was so crazy the way that he worded it. He seemed like a really nice person. And that he just wanted to do our yard for a little bit of money. And so I said, my boyfriend's cutting the grass tomorrow, but for $30 or something, would you just like to take care of the landscaping or do whatever you want or feel like doing? If you want to cut that tree, cut that tree. And he said, yeah, sure. So I'm like, okay, this is what I manifested. This is what I was thinking about this morning. Wouldn't it be nice? Or wouldn't it be cool? And somebody came to the door right away. It was 4 hours later. But I think I gave them a little bit too much freedom, because they just chopped everything to where instead of like shaping it, everything is just gone now. So that was a little stressful, but it's funny. Wouldn't it be cool? So play with that if you want, but also play with catching yourself when you're spiraling or bringing back a thought or a painful memory, to know that where we're going is divinely guided, and bringing the best versions of ourselves and letting go of the worst version, or the versions of ourselves that we don't need. So when you are tapping back into a memory, or when you are whatever, know that you're picking that bag of rocks up and bringing it with you. I don't want us to be doing that anymore. All right, I hope this helps somebody.